Hello, Melissa Darmwan for the Finance News Network. Joining me from E33 is co-founder and Executive Chairman James Garton. James, nice to meet you.
Likewise, very nice to meet you too.
Firstly, can you start off with an introduction about the company?
Well, quite simply, we are the Sydney Rock Oyster Company. We're the largest producer, distributor, supplier and exporter of Sydney Rock Oysters in the world. Our business is vertically integrated and we cover an online platform across all of the east coast of Australia. We supply around 500 restaurants. But more importantly than all of that, we are a collaboration of fourth and fifth generation farmers that are truly unique to Australia.
Before we talk about the business in detail, what makes Sydney Rock Oysters so unique?
It's the rarity. It's the provenance and heritage. Sydney Rock Oysters grow in only 41 locations in the world, and there's only 75 million of them produced every year. To give you some context, there's more than 120 billion Pacific oysters produced globally. But it's that rarity of location that means that the Sydney Rock Oyster's taste profile is celebrated by chefs all over the world.
Now to the business and plans once listed. Can you tell me more about the financials?
Certainly can. We've raised $12 million prior to our IPO, and with that money we invested heavily in growth. And that growth in infrastructure has meant that we've got a tremendous number of oysters in the water. So from our perspective, the financials about taking a historic business, which was making $4 million, and through that growth turn it into making $8 million, and if we hit our forecasts, $20 million in FY23. So it's all about top and bottom line growth.
And post-IPO?
Investment and continuing to spawn the growth of the business, it comes down to three things for us. Expanding our volume, realizing economies of scale through the consolidation of the 6 businesses that we're acquiring on the IPO, and then selling that oyster volume through the 2 higher value channels. The online business, where we make roughly 3 times profitability, and in the export market, where we make roughly 5 times profitability. So it's growth in volume, growth in revenue, and growth in bottom line EBITDA.
Now to the IPO. How much are you looking to raise and where will the funds go?
We're raising $32 million in equity, but we're very delighted to be supported by National Australia Bank that's also providing us with $10 million in senior debt funding. With that $42 million, we'll be acquiring $27 million worth of some of the rarest rock oyster farms on the planet. In addition to those acquisitions, we're going to be investing significantly, some $4 million, to grow our capacity from 9 million oysters a year to 18 million per annum. We're also going to be investing nearly $2.5 million to promote and shine a spotlight on the rareness, heritage and provenance of the Sydney Rock Oyster to promote that into the international markets.
What are the risks?
As in every business, there's never any no-risk situations. So it comes down to, from our side, the fact that we need to integrate all these businesses. We need to manage and make sure that we've got a supply that can meet the demands of that international market. Once we turn that on, the volume demand is tremendous. So the big risk for us is being able to scale up the business sufficient to meet the global market.
And how can investors get involved?
Well, our IPO is open until the 30th of November, which is Monday next week. I would encourage them to either visit our website directly, east33.sydney, where they can download the prospectus, contact our lead manager, Blue Ocean Equities, or just contact their financial advisors.
Last question, James. Is there anything else you would like to add?
I think it's about an opportunity for both the investors to connect with the farms and acquire what is quite simply some of Australia's rarest farming assets. With just 4,300 hectares available of Sydney Rock Oyster farms, East33 is set to own over 10%. And that is the key driver to long-term growth.
James Garton, thanks for the introduction and good luck with the listing.
Thank you very much.